Paul Carroll is starting his 5th season as the head coach of Howard. And I tell you, from talking with you, Coach, there's something that's happened here that's kind of exciting, in my opinion, about your program. That is that you've got a lot of players in it. You've got, I think, 75 players in it. You had 37 last year. You got an expansion team here. You got to kind of work with the players, and you got to teach them how to play football. But look, there's strength in numbers in high school football, isn't there?
There is, I tell you, and we're not the transfer portal, just letting you know. It's very exciting right now for us and for our coaching staff and for our administration and teachers and so forth here at Howard. We're starting to get back to normal. For the past 2 years, we've been with the COVID and also these kids trying to do their schoolwork at home on the computer and making sure they're getting the grades so they can be eligible to participate in athletics. So we kind of ran into that for the past 2 years. Now, we're kind of going back full blown into being here at school, getting their education, being around everybody. And, this past summer, this off season, we had at least 75 to 80 kids show up every day.
That's great.
And, they're trying to become good football players. They're not great right now, but I will say this little group that we have, they will work their tail off in the weight room and on the field. All
right, real quick, let's talk about your defense. Now, 3 starters back from last year. You didn't play bad on defense last year. You played pretty well. You had, I think, 19 points per game allowed. That's not bad. So what are your thoughts on what you're going to see on D this year?
Well, we lost our defensive coordinator. I'm actually going back and taking over the defense. It's the same defense that we ran at Warner Robins when I was there. It's 3-5-3. We're going to play a lot of man coverage. We're going to play a lot of cover 3. We've got 3 guys that are coming back that have played a lot of football for us. Tellis Hudson and Gavin Williams, they're outside linebackers. We've got a lot of younger guys that have got to step up early. And, the biggest thing on defense with me is you got to play hard every snap and get to the ball. If you get all 11 to the ball and make sure you get lined up, you got a chance. And like I said, earlier, we were pretty good on defense last year. We should have won a lot of more ball games that we did. Our emphasis still are on defense. And if you look at any level right now, you win with defense.
Yeah. No question about it. Well, offense is important too. We'll talk about some changes that Howard has made on offense in our next report. Paul Carroll is back as the head coach at Howard. The Huskies were 3-7 last season, but a lot of hope for improvement for this year, especially on offense, Coach, where you've made some changes. Last year's quarterback, Nate Campbell, focusing more on the defense. What's your situation at quarterback?
I tell you, quarterback right now, we did have a young man that went through spring, Deion Wellens, who's going to be a sophomore. He actually got injured in the spring game. He won't be back until probably mid-September. Right now, we had to just move one of our good athletes, Kamarion Taylor, to quarterback, and we actually hired a new offense coordinator this past year, Bradley Honeycutt. I know some of you might know him as far as being the quarterback at Jones County for several years.
Sure.
A young offensive coordinator. He's doing an outstanding job right now, working with these kids, and we've gone to a spread offense and something new to me because I'm used to kind of running the old school wing tee. We're playing fast on offense and trying to do the best we can do.
I'm getting old if I've been covering these guys who are playing quarterback and now are coordinating the teams for sure. All right. Now you're in Region 2 in Quad A. Most of the same schools except for Griffin, which is a pretty tough program. We all know that. But you feel like you're on the cusp of something, it seems. The numbers, as we talked about in our first report, have to make you feel good. But do you think you're kind of ready here in year 5 to take that next step in this tough region?
Well, that's our expectations. Every year we go in to saying we're going to try to win the region. That's what we're here. We're going to try to win every single game, take one game at a time. The biggest thing with us right now, I told you early that, out of those 70 to 75 kids, we don't have only one kid has gone through the program for 4 years, and that's tough. And that's what we've got to get back to having kids go through our program. We got to have at least 20 to 25 seniors every year that have been through for 4 years so you can be successful, so you can compete against those type of schools and big programs like a Perry, a West Lawrence, a Baldwin, a Griffin, those guys that have, a lot of history and they got a lot of, that they know how to win right now. And then that's what we got to get back to doing is learning how to win.
We look forward to seeing what happens this year with Howard. Coach, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you, sir.